All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Dank's Core Traders Hub. It's another great morning here in Uganda, and those who are watching us from wherever you're watching us from, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is. I believe you are having a great time. So now that we are here, we are a bit late, so we're going to go straight into prayer and then get into the analysis. So let's pray and get this thing started. Our Father, we say thank you for your grace, thank you for your loving kindness, thank you that we are back here for yet another session. Thank you for the profits that we made yesterday. Thank you for the trade setups that you gave unto us yesterday, and thank you for what you're about to even give us today. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. Thank you for your grace, thank you for your loving kindness, thank you for each and everything that you're about to do for us this very day. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed and believed. Amen and amen. All right, guys, today we are in for a treat. We are going to be making so much money. I believe so. I can feel it. And one other reason why I can feel it is I'm already in big money. Yeah, I'm already in some big money. Those who remember yesterday's gold setup, let me now get us into gold. But before we go to gold, as I'm setting it up, if it is your first time here on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe. And of course, do two things: subscribe, hit that like button, and of course hit the bell button to activate all notifications so that you don't miss tomorrow's session, you don't miss all the other sessions, live sessions that we'll be having throughout the week, Monday to Friday. And of course, if you are on TikTok, go ahead and hit that follow button. Follow us now so that you don't miss tomorrow's session. And of course, hit the keep on clicking in the middle of the screen to give us those hearts. We love it. Even on YouTube, by the way, you can click on the heart. You can keep on tapping on the heart. We truly treasure it. The heart, the gifts, all of that. You have those buttons that you can use to keep on clicking and helping us, the YouTube algorithm, to keep on picking us and sharing it for you guys to keep on receiving content from our channel. Otherwise, thank you for doing that. Now, no other chit chat. You know what to do, we know what to do. Now let's get into gold. So yesterday, guys, we analyzed like so. Those who were here, you remember what we discussed about and why we are currently in some big money. So this was the analysis yesterday. We had this level, and of course we had that. I told you we are likely to first see price mitigate that level or even break it a little bit to look for liquidity above there. So clearly it went to that high, those equal highs, and then dropped massively. Now before I slept, I had made my limit order. I put my limit order above there, and it was activated here and went a little bit there to try to take me out, but failed. My stop loss was above there. Remember, I told you this would be my the level for trying to grab liquidity above those equal highs. So that's what I told you guys. So price did that. I tried to go there, failed, and then dropped massively for this buy move. So apparently we are in big money. So I can bring my stop loss into profits right about here. I can even bring it here because I can't even bring it here, I believe so, because our TP is on this level. Our TP is on this level. our TPs on this level, so I can bring my SL into profits right about there. So right, these ones here, I don't know, I no longer need them. We can delete them. We used them there yesterday. We can also delete that. Yeah, so this move is now on. This was the move that we wanted. We were anticipating price to drop all the way to this level. That is my first TP here. But then we, according to H4, remember I told you we are still bearish. That's why we are not seeing much of buys yet. We have this strong resistance level above there. Price is failing to break it, so we are still bearish according to H4, and we are trying to look at price coming all the way back to such levels. This is actually M15 order block, which was never mitigated. This one right here, this one right there, that is M15 OB. It was never mitigated. Let me show it to you. This is the one here which gave us this momentum. It was never mitigated. That's why I'm still holding that. That's why I'm still having it as my point of interest, because price may eventually look for it before we can get enough buy momentum. So apparently H4, we are still bearish. We are still looking at sells. On the other hand, on H1 and M15, we are actually bullish. We are getting to buys. The signal coming in from CCI, we are oversold, which tells us that we are going to see some buys later. So look at the rejection currently that we are currently having there. We may not see price break it. It may just try to give us a pullback, but we have no we cannot do anything until actually price breaks this other level. That's why I've put my limit order there, I mean my stop loss there, in profits. I've trailed my SL all the way in profits to reach it there, to bring it there. Now this is our break of structure. Let's first understand market structure here. This is our break of structure. That was our lower low, lower high there, then dropped to give us this as our lower low, failed to take out the lower high there. So yeah, we are still selling. No worries guys, it's gonna come here, and it's likely coming to this order block on M15. Look at this order block. When the market opened yesterday, Sunday morning, yeah, when it opened Sunday late night, sorry, this was the order block that it left before it jumped to go all the way up there and hit that level. So for now, we know price is gonna drop all the way to here to hit our TP, and it may come to this order block before it gets again to buys. Why would it go back to buys? Let me show you that. First delete this for now. We already know the level down below. Let me delete these actually. Now I want to do this. I want to remove this, bring it a bit here, and I told you we are likely to keep on seeing consolidation according to H4 until it is ready to buy, because the daily time frame, we are ready for an uptrend daily time frame. So now that we have that, according to M15, this is what I'm going to anticipate. Drop to this order block, then from there we get into with buys to come around supply zone in on this level, probably around there. Supply zone is likely around there because this was our change of character. So price has to come a little bit to confirm this. It can as well go all the way back to where this sell momentum started from. It can as well go all the way there, but most of the times it uses that supply zone like that order block just before the change of character. So now those will be my levels. Let me first delete this for now. because it seems I don't have enough space to do the layout, or the trade setup layout. All right, so from there I'll be anticipating a drop probably again to probably reach this level from there, and then that's where we could think of this again until H4 is ready for the buys. Remember that, until H4 is ready for the buys. There's no way we are going to see buys on H4 when it is still very bearish. The momentum for it is still very bearish. You can clearly see what it is doing there. We are still bearish. Remember, we wanted buys to come and break this level according to daily time frame and H4, and we know price will do that, but for now it cannot, because it is still strongly bearish and price is even below our 10 MA. Look at the previous H4. That is our previous H4. Yes, it closed with some rejection, but it is below our 10 MA. So there's no way we are going to look for buys, swing buys, until H4 is ready for the buys. We are now going to be looking at probably the only buys that you can think of is when M15 is actually looking for buys. But until then, there's no way I'm going to be convinced to look for any buys. All right, so that is my SL in TP, I mean in profits. So seems to be getting some weird momentum. I believe it is on M5. Yeah, it is on M5, so it's likely to take me out on M5 and then later drop. Yeah, it's gonna take me out on M5 and later drop, yeah, it's likely to come around there or even above, according to M5. Now we've started the setup for scalpers. So according to M5, this is, it's gonna do like this. It's likely coming there according to M5. Once it is there, it's gonna drop again and it will break that level to hit our TP and come to M15, and then you can wait for your sniper entry for the buys right here to take us there. Now this can happen probably in this London session to take us there, and then the sell can be in the New York session depending on the momentum, or this drop can happen in the New York session and then we consolidate until we reach there. But nevertheless, according to what we see, I believe we are likely to see this right now in the London session, and then probably even that move, which may be a bit slow. This move may be a bit slow unless we have some news in the London session towards the New York session. But for now, this drop is on. So for scalpers, get ready. We are coming in with this kind of a sell according to M1, and this sell is gonna drop all the way to this level. That is what you want to look for if you're a scalper, to make that money on this short sell move later. All right, so that's enough on gold. Congrats to anyone who may have gotten that trade. We are holding it. It's been a swing. We are swinging it to this low on M15. We are swinging it to this very low on M15, all the way from there to this level. So, but I've already broken even. I've already brought my SL in profit. So if it tries to go up, it will take me out, and I'll move out of this trade with some good money. That was our entry there. And this is where we are currently. So These were the first trades I made yesterday. They are scalping trades that I took, and some of them were even EAs, like these ones were EA trades. These were EA trades. I did not break even. They should have made that money. The buyers here should have made the money there. All right, so that's it. That's it on gold. We leave it at probably M5. Let's leave it at M5 and see whether the scalpers will get the entry to drop it down. Now let's go to Boom 1000. This is the signal that I gave to my VIP guys yesterday. This is a signal that I gave to my VIP subscribers. Boom 1000. Now those who were here yesterday for Boom 1000, I told you all I need is to get my buys from that level. Those who remember, buys from there to hit the target all the way there. That was our target yesterday. That was our target right there. We're right on that resistance level. So price went and hit it, but I told my VIP guys to break even. I believe they broke even, but me, I had brought my SL a little bit closer into profit, so it took me out in profits, then continued to go and hit the target. So it was my bad that I dropped it in a little bit in profits, yet it was still moving. So that's how I missed on this big money. And of course, those who are here still, I told you, once it breaks that resistance level, then we are continuing with the buys, because we had two options when it reaches our TP level to look at sells if it fails to break that resistance. But it eventually broke that resistance and the buy momentum continued. Buy move continued. So now we don't need all this, we can delete all this, and let's now remain with this. So congrats to actually those who are here and were able to make the buy move on this Boom 1000. I believe you made some good money. This was on M15. Either way, that is good money. From there to there, that is some good money on M15. Now according to H4, that is the move. We broke that strong resistance level, and now we have reached the other confluence area that I marked on yesterday. This is the conference area I was telling you about. Now we believe we are going to see something like this. Actually, we may see this kind of move back to this order block or to this level. So my anticipation is simple: buys from here or from down below here, or from down below here. So that is my anticipation. That is my anticipation. Now it is overbought already, but not yet. Actually, it's not yet overbought according to what we see here. So we know sales are on, so we are going to see sales drop to either this order block on H4 or this break of resistance, this breakout on resistance. So let's go to M15 now that we know that. Right, H1 is looking for sales. M15 is also going to be looking for sales, but it is not yet confirmed. So how do we confirm this? So we need price to react from here, go a little bit back up to confirm that we don't have another higher high, and then we can drop massively with this kind of a sell that we already want. So that's simple, very simple market structure kind of knowledge. So that's what we need. You can see we've already seen a spike. So anything that can give us, that fails to give us a breakout here, a break of structure, if it fails to give us a break of structure, that will be giving us the sniper entry for the sells that we already want. Now, where would you put your stop loss? Of course, if you don't want to risk much, you may have your stop loss all the way there once you enter your trades right there as a sniper entry, but it will be still big, but your profits will also be bigger if it continues. So whatever you do, just mind about what is your risk tolerance. Don't just risk according to your risk tolerance. If your account can afford to, you can afford to risk probably 1%, and your 1% is probably between that level and there, that is okay. But if this level, if your stop loss from here to here is beyond 2% of your account, I don't advise you to take the trade. You leave it until you are able to place a stop loss that is within your risk tolerance, probably 1 or 2% of your account. All right, not beyond 2%. I used to allow 3%, but clearly it's big. 3% is big on an account, so you rather look at probably 1 or 2% of your account when you're risking. All right, so that's it. This is M5, yeah, pullback. It's still selling, but it's gonna give us that move, and then we will drop later. This is a move I'm gonna be looking at today. It's gonna be sales. So today I'm gonna focus on this sell, because we are intraday traders. That's what we are going to look for, an intraday move, an intraday move. All right, so now that we have this, let's go to V75. Please, if you missed yesterday's analysis, you can as well drop into the videos on this channel on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, go to YouTube and you'll be able to see yesterday's analysis. If you want to see the recap and probably want to follow up on all these trade setups that we keep on talking about on your own end, you can as well use these videos, these live streams, which will still be on YouTube, to review and know what will be your next move. So always use them. You can, I don't delete them, I don't remove them, so they are there for you to access and use. All right, that's it. Let's now head over to V75. V75, we made, I did not share the signal because the signal I was looking at, it did not do what I wanted. Then later it actually did when I was not online, and then the EA was able to take the trade. Yeah, so my first entry was a bit, let me show you, because I want to be transparent with you guys so that you understand what I do. This was the EA's trade while we were analyzing. That was a loss. My own trade was this was my own trade right here. This was my own trade. It was an early trade. I had my stop loss. It was a big one, so I waited for this pullback so that I can give you guys, I can give my signal guys another signal for the sell, because this was a risky entry, which I normally tell you about. When price breaks a support, that you immediately enter. I was late to enter, but I still entered because I was looking at this TP here. So it did continue, but it first pulled back. Now this is where I was supposed to give you a signal, and you guys on VIP, a bit like around on this candle here, that candle there, when it closed, I was supposed to give you the signal, but I was not in the market. So I came back when it has already moved, and I didn't want to have you guys trade something that you have a big stop loss, you know. So that's how it happened, and it went and hit our TP immediately, like we anticipated. From there to hit our this very order block, and then the buys begin. That's how it happened, and that's what you can see apparently. All right, so this other trade, which was a sell trade, was on EA, which again made a loss. So yesterday's EA trades were all losses. Luckily enough, this alone trade was able to mitigate those losses and of course remain with some profit. So that's some good management right there. All right, so now you guys have already seen what happened. This was the order block I've told you about on M15 that was mitigated, and buys began right about there. Immediately took me out on TP, and then the buys started. The EA picked a sell, which was a wrong signal. So now let's talk about today. So what are we seeing? The EA has picked up a sell. Yes, of course we are selling. Looking at M15 right there, change of character, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it's looking for a lower high, then to continue to sell, and that's why it has picked up a sell already. But the general trend according to H4, we need buys. So whatever it is doing, I think it has a wrong signal, and I'm gonna close it. Because I don't see price breaking this level right here. So for that case, today I'm gonna close this EA's trade, and I don't want to risk a lot. Yes, it was in this, but this we all know it's gonna be a short sell. It's not gonna break this. The reason being, this order block here has been mitigated. Look at that. This M15 order block here has been mitigated by this candle, this buy candle here. It mitigated it, and this sell candle also, this one here, was mitigated by this move right here when it dropped here. So this was our previous order block, valid order block, that actually initiated this buy momentum all the way to that end. So price had to look for it again. That's why we saw price react back to this. And surprisingly, let me show you this to show you that what we are doing here is also matching with the fib retracement level. Let me show you that. Look at that, 61.8, just below it. That means we are in discount, so we need buys. When we are in discount, we need buys. This was our change of character right about here, which gave us higher high, higher low, higher high, then dropped to mitigate that level and get us again into the buys. Why? Because we are still bullish. Why do I say we are still bullish? Yet here is a change of character to the downside. It's because higher time frame we are bullish. You have to understand that we are following higher time frame momentum. All right, so all right, so the previous H4 closed. We are already in a new H4. So previous H4 closed with a little bit of rejection, and the new one has started. Now from here, oh yeah, sorry guys, according to what I've seen on H4, I believe we are selling. Price hasn't mitigated properly that 61.8. it just came around it, almost mitigated it, but it did not reach it. Now I want to zoom in and see whether this order block was mitigated, this H4 order block. Now it was mitigated, so we may see price drop back to here or not. So my anticipation is now very simple. The sell is on, so the EA is actually right. The EA may be right for this trade today. this sell is likely on to come to that level and give us the buys from there, or from where we are we can as well get these buys. So don't be surprised if you don't see the sell drop and it starts there, because sometimes it fails to go all the way to 61.8 and uses in between 50 and 61.8 for the discount zone. Sometimes it does that. So it is not a must that price has to come to 61.8 all the time. Sometimes it does not. Sometimes it uses this space here between 50 and 61.8 and gets back into the move. So but for now, yeah, I want to see on M5. Oh yeah, that's the reason why. So M5 is selling and we are going to follow M5 momentum. So we are going to follow M5 momentum. Let me delete this for now. So M5, we are likely bringing it all the way to this level again. Yeah, so that's it. That's what I'm gonna wait for, at least to 61.8, and then get our buys later. So can we enter some sells now according to M5 and M1? Let's go to M5. Not yet. No, not yet. It's gonna give it to us, but not yet. The sell is gonna be given to us according to M1, but not yet. So I want to see actually what I can do about this. So I have a flag right about there on M1, and it's almost getting overbought. So I have a level around there, so I believe price is gonna come to that level, and that will be our sniper entry for scalpers to look for the drop sell. So your stop loss should not be all the way up there. Your stop loss should be probably around such a level. Your stop loss should not go all the way up there. It should be around such a level, because from there we are going to get our sniper sell entry for scalpers. Scalpers are going to enter their sells from there and drop it all the way to 61.8 of fib on this M15 order block, and this would be your target. So my target for this move would be here, right about there, as my sell trade. So yes, the EA has already made the entry, but I'm gonna put my limit order. I'm gonna put my limit order on this level for the sell. I'm gonna put my limit order here for the sell. I'm gonna have this as my stop loss. Copy. Yeah, this is gonna be my stop loss. Yeah, that's it. So that's my trade right there. We'll be back to it before we finish. Please guys, be sending in the what? Be sending in the assets you want us to analyze as a bonus asset before we can look at before we can close today's session. This is V75 and we are already looking at sells. Yes, the EA has already entered the sell. This is its sell trade, but I'm looking at making a sniper around this level. So if price comes about that level on M1, I'm getting in with my sell to push me all the way to this level. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm waiting for. So I need this kind of pullback on M1. I'm waiting on M1, this kind of move right from probably there to there, and then I get in with this drop. I get in with that drop. All right, so I'm waiting guys for your assets, the assets you want us to analyze on before we can call it a day. before we can call it a day. All right, okay, it took me out like I told you. Gold took me out like I told you, and now it has dropped like I also told you. It's likely to drop and continue according to M5 and M1 until it reaches such a level. So for now we wait, because now that is our lower high. So probably from there it is likely to break this low and continue to hit this order block on M15. So that is it. But this is also some good money all the way from there to here. That was the trade we were on. We've been holding since yesterday late night. Perfect. So I'm waiting on you guys for you to send in your assets before we can go to the recap, before we can recap today's session. This one, V75, I've told you we are still waiting for this sniper entry. I have my limit order here, so that's what I'm gonna be waiting for, and I want to get my TP also. Let me get my TP, have it also put in my, all right, modify. So my TP, first TP, I'm gonna just have that for now. In fact, this one right here on the edge of the order block, second TP down to 61.8. So that's it. All right, Patrick says we can look at Crash 1000. Crash 1000 did exactly what we wanted. Also, actually, that was a late night entry that I made. It was a limit order. It was also a limit order because I was waiting for this, something like that. Then a drop for the sell. That was a sell yesterday. So that, I hope you picked it up, Patrick. I don't know if you were able to pick it up. I forgot about that. It was a quick kind of drop. I was unable to give you the limit order for you guys to pick it on. It was even late night. 1K Crash 1000 bonus. All right, so that was the sell move I told you about. Yesterday I told you if it breaks this level, then the buys will continue, but it failed to break it, and then from there give me that structure. That is how this sniper sell entry came through, hit my target there, and called it a day. Yeah, you can see that this was late night. Around what time? That was around 21, 22, 23, around 11 p.m. Around 11 p.m. that's when the limit order was activated, and then the drop came massively to hit the target on the same order block that I talked about. Look at that order block, M15 order block. So right now you guys should be knowing how we get these snipers and whatever we do. I don't know what I've just deleted. Oh, it's the H4. It is the H4 support right there. That is our H4 support. All right, so enough of yesterday's recap. Let's now talk about today. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Those who are on TikTok and YouTube, keep on liking, and if you love actually the content. If you don't do, no worries, no worries. And if you do and you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because you may never see us again in your YouTube feeds. You can subscribe now and be trading with us on a daily as we share these real-time signals in the market. So let's now analyze this fully. Crash 1000. So we all know that H4 is still bullish. We're still looking at this pullback. Why? Because this is our daily order block. Remember that this is our daily order block, the order block that pushed for this higher low. This was our higher low here. Then we got a change of character to the upside again for the move. So we got our change of character there, high, then dropped to mitigate that level on H4. Now we can see that we have a break of structure again right about there. Now it has been reacting there for quite some time. That's why we are still bullish. I need you to understand that. Now we are bullish, but I believe we won't be bullish when we get to this level. We'll be bearish as soon as we get to that order block, and that's why on H4 we are still seeing signal on CCI. It hasn't reached that level. It hasn't reached the overbought level yet. So that's why I'm still looking at the buys. Now, yes, price is below our 10 MA, but it is currently on that strong support. I told you, if it dares to break this level, then we won't be rigid to keep on thinking of buys. We will be now looking at sells, because we are not market makers, and this is even market based on an algorithm. So anything the algorithm thinks of, it can create and push. So but according to SMC and market structure, please, this is where we are now anticipating buys. But we can only anticipate buys if M15 is ready for the buys, and even H1, I think, yeah, H1 and M15. So according to M15, power has just gone, so I'm just gonna increase my light a bit. So according to M15, you can see it is still not yet ready. This was our break of structure right here. This was our break of structure right there. So this is our current lower low, lower high there. So it's still playing games. It hasn't given us a change of character for the uptrend. Why? Because H1 is not yet oversold yet. So probably H1 is gonna be oversold. No, actually it's gonna do this. We are going to see a change of character. Let me show you what I anticipate. It's not exactly what will happen, but I'm anticipating. So don't say Dan said this and it did not happen. What? No, this is an anticipation for what the market is likely to do. If price breaks this level, it's gonna bring us to a conference area like this. It's gonna bring us to a conference area like that, around there, like this, and then it will drop again on M15, and when it drops, it may give us a fake breakout, either to touch this other level on H4 or come around here, and that is when the H1 will be oversold. Once H1 is oversold and M15 is ready for the entry, we get in with our buy entries right about there to take us all the way up. That's it. That's how I'm gonna anticipate it. So the buy is on, but I can only enter this if I have probably a confirmed entry on M5, or I may not risk this. I may actually not risk this. I'm not gonna risk entering right now, even though I know this is actually going to continue, but I'm likely not to risk it. I'm likely going to wait for this drop, then I can think of buying right when it drops again here. So this today, it's likely to be a no-go until I see a structure like this, to give me this kind of a move, which will be a swing move. This will be a swing move. Once I get this kind of move, it's gonna be a swing that I can swing all the way to this level, which will be my first TP. My second TP this time will be right here around this level. Of course, this can be a swing for you to swing for like 2 to 3 days if you want. Once we get a sniper entry right here, you can swing it for 2 to 3 days or even a week, because it's likely once it mitigates, once it comes from this level with a buy momentum, it's likely going to stop all the way there, not anymore around there. So you can, if you have a good enough account and you get a sniper entry, even if you don't have a big account and you have a sniper entry right here, you can swing it to get enough to milk it and get some good money for about 3 to 4 days as it moves all the way up there. It has just spiked, you can clearly see that. So that's why I tell you I'm not gonna go for any buys right now. I'm actually gonna wait for this kind of a move and this, and then my entry will be here for the sniper to look for the swing move. All right, so I think that's enough on C1000. I hope you've picked 1 or 2 things, Patrick. I will be following it, of course, and I'll be sharing it with the VIP guys on the WhatsApp. All right, so that's it. Please, if you still want to join the VIP, this month is closing in. We have about 4 days, 5 days remaining for this month to close. On Monday is gonna be 1st of June, so you start to think of subscribing if you want to be part of the VIP's VIP signal group in June. And of course, if you want to also register for the mentorship classes, you can as well do. The information is now on your screen. You can register. The money for the course is that, Ugandans, that's 400k. 400k if you want to learn the strategy that I use on how I do the analysis. All right, that's it. Let's now do a recap and we call it a day. So we started with gold. I told you we had that sell move that I made late night, and we've just been taken out right there. It was a scalper, it was a swing kind of sell trade. I wanted it to swing it all the way to that level, but it has just taken me out on my SL in profits. But we still know it's likely dropping to this level before we can think of buys again. So for now, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna be waiting for buys around this level, which is M15 order block. That's what I'm gonna be looking at. So until then, it's a no-go for me on gold. That's what I'll be waiting for today. And then on Boom 1000, I'm waiting for the sniper. When price reacts on this level according to M5 and goes back there, that's gonna be my sniper sell trade setup. So if it drops all the way back there and goes below my 10 MA, I'm gonna be looking at selling. If it doesn't do this between now and mid-day, probably I may not make it. I may not make the entry probably until 2 p.m. Yeah, but if it does break this level, then the sell may be on right there. So be knowing that and just be ready. But it's not gonna break it on M5. We've seen countless times such a setup. So I believe we are going to see a pullback from here to there, and then if it fails to break that previous high on M5, then we come in with our sniper sell entry. V75, I told you the sell is on. It has missed my sniper limit order there. I wanted to enter my sell on that limit order, but it has missed it, and I don't think it's gonna go back because it has broken the flag resistance trend line. It has just broken it, so the sale is going to continue all the way to this level, and we are anticipating our 2 TPs. This is your first TP right here on the edge of the order block, then the one on 61.8 fib retracement level as your second TP. So the sale is on, and the EA already entered the sale, and now I'm enjoying it. So no worries guys, those on VIP, I will be sharing this kind of a buy move that we are anticipating. This is going to be our trade setup for today for the buys later. So as soon as we come to this level, I can have another limit order for the buys, probably on the same TP level right there for my buy kind of setup. That's what we want, buys from this level. If M5 is oversold, yeah, if this is oversold, so that's what we are waiting for, and that's what I'll be looking at. So congrats if you are able to enter with this EA. My limit order was not mitigated, was not activated, so now I cannot do anything. I just have to be patient for the buys. I just have to be patient for the buys right around this level. All right, that's it. We also looked at crash 1000. I've told you we gonna anticipate this kind of a setup, and our entry will be buys on this level, not here, not even the sell, but the buys right here, because if it fails to break this support on H4, then we are going to see some high momentum buy move in the next few hours. All right, so let me wish you guys a good day, happy trading. See you tomorrow same time, 10:30 to 11:30. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.